I'm going to go ahead and start with Patrick Waring with the MBS Sports Hour.
Hey Tina, surely you're receiving support from people all over right now, but definitely a lot of people are excited in Washington. Just wanted to see if you had a message for the Mystics fans in the Washington area.
Just thank you for welcoming me with open arms and still supporting us through our season and the back and forths and the ups and downs. And I know Ariel and I are just grateful to have one another and being in Tokyo right now. So thank you for this continued support.
All right, thank you.
Doug Feinberg, you're up next, and Michelle Vogel on deck.
Hey, Tina, I'm just curious what the last week has been like for you guys. I mean, you've actually had time to practice and not have a game after game. So what's it been like and how much has it helped you guys gel to get ready for Tuesday night?
Exactly that. Having practice definitely has helped us come to more together to reflect an actual team, to know what one another likes, what Dawn wants out of us on the offensive and defensive end, being comfortable communicating to one another and knowing which spots to put players in for them to be successful. So exactly what you said, practice definitely makes perfect. So I think it's all coming together.
Thanks, Tina.
No problem.
Michelle Vogel, and then Grady Diaz, you're on deck.
Yeah, Tina, I was wondering if you could maybe talk about your thoughts on Dawn and her leadership style and just the way, her experience as a player sort of helps in terms of how she communicates things with USA basketball.
Definitely, she definitely breeds trust in players, just in the sense of, a flow free and offense, communicating to Sue and Dee and asking them what they like and what they're seeing, especially in that All-Star game. She was just asked like, hey, what are you seeing out there? What do you think we should do? So she just trusts in players. And I think it's always good to have a coach who's a player's coach in that way and someone that you can speak to because they were just actually literally in your position. So, yeah.
I just asked Sil this and I was curious. What do you think of 3-on-3? Do you think I know you love being on the 5-on-5 team, but would you enjoy that game or she said it was a little too fast for her. I just wondered what you think of it.
Yeah, probably not for me. Probably if I was younger when I first came in the league, but right now being 32, probably not for me. Just to what Sil said, just how fast it is right now and free flowing. But the fact that you could just play openly and free, I think that's a lot of fun. But outside of that, not right now at this point in my career.
Thank you.
Grady Diaz, and then we'll go to Tyler Bronski.
Hi, Tina. First of all, how are you feeling? And how do you think you're adjusting to that whole time change in Tokyo?
Well, the last 5 years of my off-season career, I've played in China. So this is about the same time difference that I'm used to the last 5 years of my career. So it's coming on well. I'm getting about 6 to 7 hours of sleep, so I think I'm doing pretty well considering.
What's it been like, going through this experience with Ariel, and how do you think she's doing in her role with the team?
It's been great to be here for Ariel and be by her side. I say this once, Ariel's more professional than I was when I was her age. Definitely understands her role. Anything that I say to Ariel has nothing to do with on the court. It's always off the court, making sure that she's testing, making sure she's filling out her registration app every morning, her My Health app, everything on the court. Ariel makes the open shot, she defends hard, does what the coaches want, and just gets it very selfless. And that's exactly why she's on this team. And God willing, we'll see her on more rosters moving forward with USA basketball, but utmost professional. Hands down, I can't say enough about her.
And this is your third time around, with being in the Olympics. What was it like being a part of the opening ceremonies again?
This opening ceremony is a bit different, just that not having that whole complete energy feel of walking into the stadium and how electrifying the fans are normally. So it was played down a bit just due to COVID, but it was still great. The atmosphere of walking in and being amongst other Olympians and seeing the other countries being called out. So all that taken in was normally the same, but that granular feeling that you get when you walk in the stadium and seeing all those fans, that was a bit different, but still thankful for what Tokyo and what the hosts and the representatives were able to do to still make us feel special and welcome.
Thanks, Tina.
Essence Tyler Bronsky, you're next.
Hey, Tina, I guess you kind of just touched on a little bit of helping Ariel, off the court throughout this experience. But, for the first time Olympians like Ariel, Nafisa, I guess what type of questions have they been asking you about this experience, the procedures? Granted, we all know how different this Tokyo Olympics is, but what have they been asking you?
To be honest, I think this is the first team where like everyone has a person, meaning, there's teammates from other WNBA teams. And so for Nafisa, it's been Sil. For Ariel, it's been me. I'm pretty sure for Skylar, it's been Dee, who you're comfortable with coming from your WNBA team. Asia played for Dawn, and her and Chelsea are close. I'm pretty sure that they speak as well. So I can't really say Nafisa specifically has came up to me or any of the other young ones. It's normally just been Ariel, but it's been pretty cool to, you have a teammate on this team from your WNBA team. So.
And Jackie Powell?
Hey Tina, Jackie Powell here. Got a question for a piece I'm writing for Bleacher Report. So I'm curious, amid all of the WNBA prospects in this Olympics, there are draft picks who might have deferred WNBA opportunities to develop, those who upheld national team commitments, and then you've got some highly touted college prospects. How, from your perspective, do their performances in an event like an Olympics determine WNBA readiness? And also, do you have a memory about when you saw a WNBA prospect in an international competition, so like an Olympics or a World Cup, who impressed you?
I would have to say, that's definitely an advantage being able to play pro coming from international and starting at a very early age. I remember Bill Lambier, drafted Rebecca Allen and was very high touted on her and just what she was able to do and him being able to scout her early. But to think, just being spot on, I can't think of anyone else who I know, who I remember, who played international and, I thought, oh, WNBA for sure. I think that's what makes this league so great are our international players who choose to come and play and just broaden our game and the skill asset that they bring. I think that's a great question for someone like Coach Tebow, who's a great scout, and just how he was able to find Emma Messman in a sense and other international players that he's had come over. So, yeah.
Thanks so much, Tina. I appreciate it.
And we're going to close out today with Tina. We'll go to Rafiq.
Hey Tina, this is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. In the past several years you played in the Olympics, what is the toughest team that you ever played against during your time?
During my time, I would have to say definitely in 2012 in London, that semifinal game that we played against Australia. I want to say we were down at half, and I was part of the second group, and me and Lindsay Whalen always say that was like the best 5 minutes of our life, just of our career, just being able to help bring that team back when we were down, and just how amazing that game was, having Lauren Jackson, Elizabeth Cambage coming up, and Penny Taylor. It was just a great feel. So I would definitely have to say that game was one of my favorite games that I've played in, being a part of the Olympic team.
And throughout your Olympic experience, you haven't really had many losses to learn from up until just the past couple of weeks. Like, how great is it to always have losses to learn from going to the Olympics this year?
I guess when you do fall short, you're able to pay more attention to detail. But, us not having any losses in the past, we've always had great leaders. We had Tamika Catchings, we have Diana and Sue, who's been under great coaches and in different circumstances. Lindsay Whalen. I could go on and on. We've all been put in positions, not necessarily from the Olympics, but maybe WNBA, that we could take in and know what that feels like and not want to have that feeling. So we don't have to rely on the losses. It's just more so relying on the experience from the older guys and our coaching staff who's been around as well for international play.
Thank you for your time.